and she was wearing glasses to show that time had passed.
How's my morning? I've taken multiple vlog videos with 2 pairs of sunglasses on. You ready? Oh my god, you are so good! You're so good! Oh my god! I love you!
Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has certainly been a while since I've last posted on here, and in terms of the internet, it has been a lifetime. I thought it would be a really great way to kind of get back into this YouTube cycle to do kind of an update on what's been going on since the last time that I posted in December of 2019. Since the last time I shared with you all, I had just posted a vlog about my first UCI win in my process of coming back into the sport of cyclocross. And I was super excited. I had great momentum going into nationals and hopefully, potentially, the World Championships. Within days of posting that video, I came down with the flu, which took away my hopes and dreams of having any other races that season. Although I was disappointing, it also gave me a chance to kind of do things differently than I normally have. I was able to spend Christmas at home with my family, and honestly, I just got to give myself a huge break from training that I desperately needed. During this time, I moved to Tucson, Arizona, and I was really excited to kind of start that new chapter of my life living in a new area. I started working with my new coach, Alan Lim. Amidst all this excitement of a new coach and a new home, I also had another very exciting announcement that came in early March about my new privateer program that I had started called Velocio Trek. It was a really exciting moment for me to get to announce this team program, but unfortunately only 2 or 3 days after the launch of this team, the news broke about the coronavirus and all of the races stopped happening. So there hasn't really been a time since I announced this team that I've really been able to race under the banner. So I'm really looking forward to the coming months. Hopefully, as things become safer, I'm really excited to share more about the program and kind of get to grow on what I began last year. Once we all went into quarantine, I was back in the depths of training and just trying to work really hard to be ready if and when there were races in 2020. Training was going okay in Arizona, but by the time May rolled around, it was getting hot. So I actually made the decision to bring myself up to Colorado to train for the summer in Boulder with my coach, Alan. I didn't really know what to expect when I left for the training camp, but needless to say, as I will soon explain, I'm very, very happy that I took the risk and I came up here. Just before I left for Colorado, I decided to finally speak about my autoimmune disease that I had been diagnosed with in 2019 publicly for the first time. And it was something that I was just really afraid of receiving backlash about, and it ended up being probably the best decision that I made in 2020. You can actually watch that video on my YouTube channel if you're curious kind of what I said and why it was so important for me to finally talk about it, because I do go into depth a lot more. But I ended up going to Colorado with just this huge weight off my chest. I had finally kind of owned this huge part of myself, and it just really allowed me to feel so much more authentic as I came into this new journey. In Boulder from Tucson, I really just expected to be doing the same individual training that I had been doing in Tucson, but just doing it in a different climate. So needless to say, I was pretty shocked, but also elated to discover when I got here that Alan actually wanted me to be doing a really, really small training camp with a couple of other athletes. I had actually never done a training camp before, so that alone was such a treat. It was a really small pod. It was me, national champion Clara Honsinger, her partner Emmett Culp, and Aiden Baird.
You don't know what to say.
We're dating. Anyway, it's gonna ruin it when I say I moved to Boulder. They're gonna be like, oh, really? Anyway, back to it. It was like the most positive experience. Having Alan there every single day was, just so amazing. I feel like I learned a lifetime's worth of lessons in just a few short months. And then obviously, you know, we had, not obviously, I mean, Frank, our mechanic, was there, and he was our support, and he was just so great. So I'm kind of blabbering just because I really just love that group, and I just have so many fond memories that I can't really talk about the training camp without smiling. But it was so amazing. And I think for me, having struggled a lot and just having so many setbacks in 2019 and then early 2020, to come to this training camp and really feel like a professional rider again for the first time in years, just emotionally feeling like a badass again, was so incredibly vital. And then also, you know, getting my ass kicked every single day and getting stronger from it, yeah, that didn't hurt either. So yeah, that was, I mean, clearly the highlight of 2020 for me. I put so much effort into being able to make the situation in Europe feel safe, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. My decision really came from the knowledge that having an autoimmune disease and also an underlying Epstein-Barr infection, which I can talk about more at a later date, meant that if I were to get COVID, it would be worse than normal. Obviously did not make the decision not to go to Europe lightly. It doesn't mean that I don't still really want to be over there, especially like seeing how brutal the conditions were this year. It looked like a proper mud season. There have been a ton of new World Cup venues that I would have absolutely loved to race. And then obviously seeing Clara do such a kick-ass job and get like such amazing results makes me want to be there even more. Like, it just always ignites that fire to see an American doing so well in these races. Like, it just makes me want to be racing there as well. It also makes me feel quite a bit better about how hard Clara beat up on me this summer, knowing that she's beating up on everyone in the world. So, I mean, there's that. You know, despite not being able to be in Europe, but having major FOMO about it, I'm just trying to kind of channel that energy into motivation to keep training now, so that I will be damned if I do not get to race in Europe the next chance that I get. Now that I'm kind of done with the off-season, unstructured time, I am getting back into training starting tomorrow, actually. By the time you see this, I will already have completed multiple workouts in 2021, and I am kind of scared, but I'm also really excited, and it's a sort of a weird emotion that I can't really put into words. Once I get to Arizona, I'm really back into my element and that sort of training camp energy that I just thrive off of. So I'm like really, really excited to get to share a lot of those details with you all on here. I'm working on a couple of videos for you. I am so excited to share my first workout of 2020. I'm gonna do a video answering a lot of the questions that I got on Instagram about my LEAP MRT diet that I just did to help kind of manage my autoimmunity, and also discuss why I stopped. And I am also going to be bringing you just some day in the life of vlogs from my training camp. So if you have any videos that you would like to see, let me know in the comments. And otherwise, I will see you next time. And we are done. Oh, God. Oh no. Help. Okay.